Hey, welcome back, guys. BMF Season 2 has finally arrived, and the premiere was an excellent reintroduction to the crime-driven world of the Flannery brothers and their rise to prominence. The first episode, titled Family Dinner, still finds our favorite siblings on the outs, one embracing the underworld and the other trying to avoid it at all costs. I'm here to break it all down in typical Top 10 WTF fashion. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. And lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things BMF. Here we go. WTF moment number 10, Raid on 263. An older Terry and his current day crew share a final dinner together as a predecessor to their forthcoming status on the run due to pending police intensity. The hardened hustler briefly reminisces on his former life and family and makes one last send-off to his personal collective. Then, Terry's last meal is surprisingly interrupted by none other than Detective Bryant and his federal partner-in-law, Tracy Chambers, portrayed by Leslie Jones. After a few disrespectful exchanges, Bryant promises tea with a reunion with his estranged brother Meech, who by this point was already behind the wall after years of scrutiny by law enforcement. WTF moment number 9, a step ahead. Following the Terry sequence, we're reintroduced to Meech and his current drug trial in hopes of gaining a new plug post-Terry and his personal femme fatale connection, Big L. Meech attempts to struggle drugs as a test of loyalty and speed in business, only to be temporarily derailed by drug dogs, a new phenomenon in the late 80s, apparently. In lieu of a plane ticket, Meech travels by bus from Vegas all the way back to Detroit in order to complete the mission. This will later be revealed as a planned obstacle by Canine, who we'll talk about in 3, 2, 1. WTF moment number 8, enter Canine. Meech and Terry individually attend a local ball game with their respective friends, the former looking to build further with one of the league's coaches, Canine. The new drug boss leads his team to victory and demands payment from the other coach in the immediate aftermath to settle the bet. The opposing coach chooses to play a card from the deck of Menace to Society, affirming that he wouldn't be paying K a dime and offering him a one-way ticket to the hell out of his face. Then, Canine makes a swift and violent statement by shooting the man square in the dome, causing mass chaos thereafter. WTF moment number 7, sucker cop chase down. Detective Bryant and his new partner Jen conduct a routine patrol of the Detroit streets when they run into a couple of Meech's men, B. Mickey and Dink to be exact. Bryant chases Mickey unsuccessfully, but Jen emphatically catches up with Dink by literally running him down with her car, costing him his tooth, contraband, and peace of mind in the process. WTF moment number 6, the power of the tongue. Meech encounters Canine once again and finalizes his business with the dangerous drug lord in connection over the best steaks in the city. Meech agrees to move 20 bricks for K. Then, Canine rewards him in sick fashion with the tongue of his failed business partner that never was in Season 1, Big L, who we last saw openly disrespecting Meech to Canine. The violent gesture serves as a demonstration of just how far K is willing to go against anyone who crosses him, and he supports the sick gesture with a direct threat to Meech and his family if he'd ever dream of doing the same. WTF moment number 5, a mother's justice. In a scene that surely recalled traumatic memories from every Black American onlooker, Mama Flannery prepares a celebratory dinner for her family. Upon seeing her daughter with lip gloss and deeming it improper for a girl her age, she demands she remove it, only to be rebuffed by a slick lip and a smart mouth. Without hesitation, Lucille meets her daughter's disrespect with some straightening via her Palm Pilot, sending shockwaves through this commentator just from the memories alone. WTF moment number 4, return of the Big Bad Wolf. After their hit and run with Meech's associates, Bryant takes Jen to the hospital and reveals a major secret to his new partner, the current status of Season 1's Big Bad, Lamar Silas. The revered villain is shockingly being kept alive by the detective and his medical assistants in order to find out who truly placed him in critical condition. This is certainly a vindictive measure to finally nail Meech for his transgressions against him last season, and by his own admission, allowing Jen in on the secret is a compensatory act of honor for his slain partner, whose life was taken as a direct result of his previous deceptions. WTF moment number 3, the plot thickens. Wanda and Lucille quietly discuss the successful execution of their plan to pacify Terry's underworld life and manipulate his focus onto legitimate endeavors. Overhearing the deception, T lashes out against his family, deeming them untrustworthy going forward. This state of affairs just might be his ticket back into the lifestyle and justification to further pursue his forbidden muse. WTF moment number 2, the hunter and the prey. Mickey enters his dark home only to be surprised by Bryant's presence. Bryant demands information on Meech, to which Mickey only provides minimal info on T and Meech's current status in the game. The rogue detective then leaves Mickey with a final threat that could send him away forever on a double murder beef. And WTF moment number 1, ready or not. In the episode's final scene, arresting Lamar resurrects in the hospital, apparently shocked by his current life status and location. The look in his eyes convey confusion, anger, and revenge. He literally has a second chance to get even with his Season 1 foes, and it'll be interesting to see how he's used as a pawn in Bryant's chess game against his former ally turned enemy. That's assuming Lamar allows himself to be used at all, but that'll be unveiled soon enough. Some lingering thoughts before we end today's video. Just as older Meech was the narrator of Season 1, Terry's older self will seemingly fill that role for Season 2. The brothers share a similar road to street glory, but their perspectives are vastly different, as we well know. Such differences have been a series mainstay and will only widen as their success mounts. It was a great change of pace to introduce the opposing side of the narrative. During Terry's trip down memory lane regarding Markeisha, who he's seemingly on the phone with prior to the raid, Sunshine Anderson's signature hit, Heard It All Before, plays in the background. The famous tune chronicles a woman's last stop before getting off the train of a man's repeated lies and deceptions, and subtly alludes to not only Terry and Markeisha's forthcoming relationship, but the problems that will ultimately dissolve it as well. Given the circumstances that follow, it'll likely be his refusal to leave a game he once gave up, as depicted in our current narrative. We'll see how things unfold for the two as the series progresses. It's interesting that Bryant's son is being introduced into the narrative this season. Given his insidious tactics and intense focus on toppling Meech and his crew, his son may just be collateral damage in the episodes to come as the tension between the two sides thickens. Something to keep in mind. Remember, Meech resorted to kidnapping last season in his war against Lamar, even though he'd been romantically involved with his biggest foe's baby moms. So him repeating similar events in the case of Bryant wouldn't be far-fetched, and maybe even deadlier. Meech passing on the family dinner for his own family celebration was a great parallel by the writers and showrunners. It depicted Meech's evolution past the family he once knew and into the leader of the family he's forging after his own image, likeness, and heart. And lastly, this was a small detail, but there's something brewing between Pops Flannery and Miss Mabel. This episode displayed financial and romantic problems between Charles and Lucille. Those problems could potentially overflow into infidelity given what we've seen, and deepen the divide that already exists among their family. We shall see though. And that'll do it for this one. What were your thoughts on BMF's sophomore season premiere? Be sure to drop me your opinions in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share with your friends who are fans of BMF, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.